woman initially at Pittsburgh, according to the statements that people offered, was struggling to shove her carry-on luggage, and she was competing with another passenger for the slot. They were shoving the luggage around. He came over to assist. She started cursing based on information, and slammed the luggage, the overhang with the overhead luggage bin on his head. So he got a bump, and apparently it goes with the term. What really is going on here is airline civility is missing. People just don't have courtesy to one another. He's been on the airline industry since he's 19. And people just aren't polite. All of you travel, aren't you aware of how rude people are? How many people refuse to turn off their phones and delay flights, shove their luggage, put it over your head, drop things on? I think in this case, more importantly, the control of civility among us is missing in the airline industry. But more importantly, what none of you realize is that a lot of the airline personnel and flight attendants were affected very much by two events, 9/11 and Flight 800. I don't know if you have it in your research. He was supposed to be one of the flight attendants on the return flight of the Flight 800. After he would leave from New York and arrive at his destination in Europe, he was supposed to be on the returning flight, which was a different number, I believe, and that had a lot of impact. So he lost a lot of friends on Flight 800, and he dealt with the 9/11, 9/11 events, and I think a lot of flight attendants were impacted severely. So you're trying to do your best to provide safety for passengers, and you have rudeness and lack of civility among the traveling public.
What's is he still employed?
I don't think so.
Does he
What's
want his
next
job
for
back?
Mr.
Does he
Slater?
want his job back?
Does he know that he's become somewhat of a folk hero overnight? He has
I don't
thousands
think
of
he- I don't-
fans on Facebook now.
I don't think he's aware of anything. He's been isolated from any news. He didn't know about all the news coverage until the court personnel notified him.
What does he say to the prosecution's charge that he could have endangered somebody by releasing the slide?
Absolutely not. There was no way. There's a window, there's a procedure. There was nobody below that slide.